Hey guys, if you guys are ready for my fourth Look What You Made Me Do makeup tutorial, then keep on watching. So we are now finally into my comfort zone, and that is the warm look. So I'm going to be going for the look that is the one where she was sitting on her chair with all of the snakes giving her tea. So I'm going to start off using my brow, and it is the same as I've been doing all week, and that is a very arched natural brow using my Brow Power by IT Cosmetics. To prime my eyelid, as always, I'm going to be using the Fit Me Concealer by Maybelline, blending it out with my freaking clean L'Oreal sponge. I had just cleaned it that morning and I was super excited. Blending all of that out and setting it with my Fit Me Loose powder, same as it has been all week. Now for this tutorial, I swear I tried to look for another palette that I could do it in just so I wouldn't annoy you guys, but once again I'm using my Smashbox Full Exposure because this palette, if you guys can get your hands on it, if you can afford to get it, I really recommend it because I have had it for going on 3 years now and I use it probably 4 to 5 times a week. But I'm just going to be going in with this first transition shade and just kind of working my way down on the mattes. You want everything to be very blown out and blended. But going with that middle shade, it's my favorite one. It's a very nice, cool toned, warm shade. But I'm going to blend that all in my crease. Using my MAC 2 and 7, I'm going to go in with the darkest little shade here and just blending that all on the outer V and dragging it all the way in as well. Going in with that middle cream shade and my Fluffy Sanya Kashik, I'm just going to use that to blend everything out. It's just a really good technique to make sure that everything is perfectly blended. Now for my shimmer shades on the lid, I'm just going to start off by putting some concealer on my lid just to act as a very sticky base. You could also use like a primer, that would work too. I don't know why I went with a more difficult option, but with my ring finger I'm just taking that shimmery shade from the palette and I am patting that all on my lid and then going in between that and a brush and then my finger again. It wasn't sticking as I would have liked it to, but it got the job done. But it wasn't as reflective as I wanted to, so I took the Studio Chrome Master Chrome highlighter by Maybelline, I think it's called. Now that on top really worked well, and then just deepening it up even more with the chocolate and the black, adding that in there to really deepen the look, and of course blending. Now for this look, she had a thin line of eyeliner with the tiniest of little wings, so again, you can tailor this, no pun intended, you can tailor this though to your preference. You can make it as big of a wing or no wing if you don't want to, but I just add the tiniest of little wings to lift my eyes. Moving on to the face, I'm just going to using my Pore Filler by NYX all over the face, and then using my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer just to cover up all of the blemishes beforehand, just because I know my foundation isn't going to cover them and I am in Breakout City. Moving on to foundation, I'm going to be using one of my favorites, and it's the Too Faced Born This Way, and just dotting it all over my face and then going over with the L'Oreal sponge and buffing it out to ensure that it just looks like completely naturally and blended. This is my favorite technique for putting on foundation because it just looks untraceable and it just, yeah, I love it. Moving on to under eye, as I do in every video as well, just the Fit Me Concealer in 15, and then on top of that I'm scraping out what's left of my Tarte Shape Tape and applying that underneath my eye as well, blending it out very lightly before I do that so that I get the most coverage as possible. In every tutorial so far, her skin has been really flawless, but there was something about this one that her skin looked airbrushed. To set underneath my eye, I'm just going to be using my Fit Me Loose powder again, And I'm going to be setting really all over my face because I don't want it to be very tacky, but I'm going to be using my Smashbox primer water and just spraying that all over my face after this step so that it just returns my skin back to looking like skin and not like powder. And then to make sure that it is completely absorbed, I'm just going to go over that with my beauty blender just to make sure that everything gets properly wet with that spray. Now moving on to the darker shade, I'm just going to be redarkening up a little bit more and blending it out again, but I just wanted to up the intensity a little bit. And then I'm going to be taking the fluffy brush with that medium shade and going underneath the eye. And then after this step, I'm going to be taking my MAC 217 with some dark brown and buffing that underneath as well. So now I'm just going to pop on some lashes, and these are the Ardell Faux Mink in the shade 813 and the Lash Sensational, and that is what they look on. They're a very natural pair and so lightweight, but the band was really weird and plastic and it was actually really hard to apply. But now I'm just going to bronze up my face using my butter bronzer and then blending that out. Now looking back, I'm aware it looks like I have a helmet on with bronzer on my forehead, and I would recommend definitely blending out your forehead better. But now I'm going to contour my nose as always using the same butter bronzer and my fluffy e.l.f. brush. And then I realized the look that this was missing was some sparkle on the lid, so I just took my Stila Magnificent Metals Liquid Metal Eyeshadow, I think it's called, in Kitten. I'll have it linked below. And just adding the sparkles, I would add this on before your eyeliner because it just goes kind of like a pain in the butt. But afterwards I realized that that does look just like the picture. And then she had a little bit of that glitter on her inner corner as well, so just apply some as well. I tried with the brush, it doesn't really work. Now I'm sorry, but I've been using this highlight every day, but this is the best highlighter for, at least for my skin, that just makes it look like I have dewy skin and not really like I'm highlighting, but it's like naturally dewy skin. If you guys have any recommendations for another one, just leave it linked down below. Now for lips, I started off with this Tarte mini lip paint in the color Bay, but it was just a little too dark and too blue toned, I think, for this look. But I went on and even made it glossy with my Carmex, but it was not like the picture. So I took it off and it stained my lips really bad. But then I went over it using my Elizabeth Arden 01 Rouge lipstick, and it had just enough sheen that it was perfect. And of course you need to sharpen up the lips. If you're going to be doing a Taylor Swift red lip, you need to have it sharp enough to cut Kim Ye. Too soon? Okay, too soon. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my future Taylor Swift videos. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.